day everyone, I am Dana Catrice C. Gamba and I'm going to discuss about motivating, the process of motivation and its factors. So first, what is motivating? Motivating refers to the act of giving employees reasons or incentives to work to achieve organizational objectives. Motivation, on the other hand, refers to the process of activating behavior, sustaining it, and directing it toward a particular goal. This definition is useful because it specifies three stages: activating, sustaining, and directing actions towards the achievement of objectives. The process of motivation. The first process of motivation is needs. The process begins by the deficiency of something that leads to the rise of needs. It is the state of lacking something when a person feels a psychological imbalance, then needs develops. The second process is motivation, the process that need people to behave as they do. It occurs when a need arises that a consumer wishes to satisfy. The third process of motivation is action or goal-directed behavior, the process that depends on our capacity to evaluate the consequences of our actions so that we can choose an optimal plan. And the last process of motivation, which results in, is the need satisfaction. After need satisfaction has occurred, there is no further motivation for gratifying that need. Factors contributing to motivation. First is willingness to do the job. People who like what they are doing are highly motivated to produce the expected output. Being willing to do the job is a prerequisite career progression. Being open to new ways of working could help you learn how to do your job better. Second is self-confidence in carrying out the task. When employees feel that they have the required skill and training to perform the task, they get more motivated. Confidence allows you to speak concisely and with clarity. Professionals who communicate with confidence can convey what they want to their clients and coworkers in a clear and efficient manner. The third factor is need satisfaction. People will do their job well if they feel that by doing so, their needs will be satisfied. The next reporter will be Ms. Lariosa to discuss about the theories of motivation.
So let's talk about theories of motivation. There are various theories of motivation, but only the four most influential ones will be presented. They consist of the following. The first one is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Abraham Maslow, an eminent psychologist, theorized that human beings have 5 basic needs, which relate to the following: psychological, security, social, STEM, and self-actualization. These needs would have to be satisfied in hierarchical fashion, meaning one need will have to be satisfied first before satisfying the other needs. So in this theory, higher needs in the hierarchy begin to emerge when people feel they have sufficiently satisfied the previous needs. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Self-actualization needs include self-fulfillment. The STEM needs includes status, respect, and prestige. The social needs includes friendship, belonging, and love. And the security needs includes freedom from harm and financial security. The last is psychological needs, which include food, water, sleep, sex, and body elimination. The first one is psychological needs. Those that are concerned with biological needs like food, drink, rest, and sex fall under the category of psychological needs. These needs take priority over the other needs. The second one is security needs. After satisfying the psychological needs, people will seek to satisfy their safety needs. They include freedom from bodily harm and financial security, which may be affected by the loss of job or death of the family's breadwinner or etc. So the third is social needs. After satisfying his psychological and security needs, the employee will now strive to secure love, affection, and the need to be accepted by peers. So fourth is STEM needs. They include the need for a positive self-image and self-respect and the need to be respected by others. The last one is self-actualization. This topmost level of needs in the hierarchy involves the realization of the individual's potential as a human being in becoming someone that he could be. So, the relevance of Maslow's theory to management. Even if Maslow's theory has been largely questioned, one basic premise cannot be discarded. A fulfilled need no longer motivates an individual. If this is the situation, the subordinate is in, the manager will be at an advantage if he identifies his subordinate will be motivated to work in order to satisfy the unfulfilled need. So the second theory is Herzberg's two-factor theory. The two-factor theory developed by Frederick Herzberg indicates that a satisfied employee is motivated from within to work harder and that a dissatisfied employee is not self-motivated. Herzberg identified two classes of factors associated with employee satisfaction and dissatisfaction. In his research, Herzberg found out that satisfied employees consider the following factors, satisfiers or motivation factors, as responsible for job satisfaction: achievement, recognition, the work itself, responsibility, advancement, and growth. Dissatisfied employees consider the following factors, dissatisfiers or hygiene factors, as responsible for job dissatisfaction: company policy and administration, supervision, relationship with supervisor, work conditions, salary, relationship with peers, personal life, relationship with subordinates, status, and security. Hygiene factors will cause employee to work less if not present. Motivating factors will encourage an employee to work harder if present. If the manager considers Herzberg's theory and motivating employees, he must do something to eliminate the dissatisfiers and install satisfiers. As shown in Figure 46, even if the dissatisfiers are eliminated, 0, the employee is still not motivated to work hard. So this theory emphasizes upon job enrichment so as to motivate the employees. So the third theory is expectancy theory. This is a motivation model based on the assumption that an individual will work depending on his perception and the probability of his expectations to happen. The theory possesses the idea that motivation is determined by expectancies and balances. Expectancy is a belief about the likelihood or probability that a particular behavioral act, like attending training sessions, will lead to a particular outcome, like promotion. Valence is the value an individual places on the expected outcome or rewards. So this is the example of expectancy model. Perceived probability of successful performance given effort and perceived probability of receiving an outcome given performance. Expectancy theory is based on the following assumptions. First one is a combination of forces within the individual and in the environment determines behavior. Second is people make decisions about their own behavior and that of organization. The third is people have different types of needs, goals, and desires. The fourth is people make choices among alternative behaviors based on the extent to which they think a certain behavior will lead to a desired outcome. So, the expectancy theory works on perceptions. So even if an employer thinks they have provided everything appropriate for a motivation, and even if this works with most people in that organization, it doesn't mean that someone won't perceive that it doesn't work for them. So the fourth theory is the goal-setting theory. Goal setting refers to the process of improving performance with objectives, deadlines, and quality standard. When individuals or groups are assigned specific goals, a clear direction is provided and which later motivates them to achieve those goals. The goal-setting model consists of the following components: goal content, work behavior with directions, effort, persistent planning, performance, knowledge of results or feedback, job knowledge and ability, task complexity, and situational constraints, which includes tools, materials, and equipment. The goal content: to be sufficient and content, goal must be challenging, attainable, specific and measurable, time-limited, and relevant. When goals are challenging, higher performance may be expected. The sales quotas imposed by companies and individual members of their sales force indicate reliance of these companies to the use of challenging goals. Goals must be attainable if they are to be set. If they are not, then workers will only be discouraged to perform. Goals must be stated in quantitative terms whenever possible. When exact figures to be met are set, understanding is facilitated and workers are motivated to perform. There must be a time limit for the accomplishment of goals. The more relevant the goals are to the company's mission, the more support it can generate from various levels of employment in the organization. Second is goal commitment. When individuals or groups are committed to the goals they are supposed to achieve, there is a chance that they will be able to achieve them. The third is work behavior. Goals influence behavior in terms of directions, effort, persistence, and planning. When an individual is provided with direction, performance is facilitated. In trying to attain goals that are already indicated, the individual is provided a reason to persist in his efforts until the goal is attained. Once goals are set, the first important input to planning is already in place. So the fourth is feedback aspects. Feedbacks provide the individuals with a way of knowing how far they have gone in achieving objectives. Feedbacks also facilitate the introduction of corrective measures whenever necessary. So, this theory states that goal setting is essentially linked to task performance. It states that specific and challenging goals, along with appropriate feedback, contribute to higher and better task performance. That's all about theories of motivation. The next topic will be discussed by Angel Almerino.
Good day everyone, my name is Angel P. Almerino and I am about to discuss the techniques of motivation. Motivation is the process that guides, initiates, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. It involves biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activates the behavior of a person. Individuals or group of individuals may be motivated to perform through the use of various techniques. These techniques may be classified as motivation through employee participation, job design, and other motivation techniques for the diverse of workforce. For the motivation techniques, we have four. First is motivation through job design. Job design is the allocation of a specific work task to individuals and groups. This means that there is a specification of contents, methods, and relationship of jobs to satisfy technological and organizational requirements. There are key elements to better understand job design. First is task, by strictly and thoroughly identifying tasks that needs completion. Second is motivation, which forces within the individual that account for the level and persistence of effort expended at work. Management should design jobs that motivates employees. Third, resource allocation. Resource allocation is necessary to identify and structure jobs in a way that uses the company's resources efficiently and effectively. Fourth is the reward system. Reward system includes compensation, bonuses, job security, and benefits. For the motivation through job design, we have two types. First is fitting people to jobs. Fitting people to jobs is the compatibility of jobs based on employee needs. This can be done by using realistic job reviews, which offers a realistic look into what a job is actually like, showing both the negative and positive so the candidate can get a real feeling for what skills and qualifications are needed. Second is job rotation, which is moving employees from job to job at regular intervals, which when achieved, the monotonous aspects of job design can be relieved. And third is limited exposure for the fitting people to jobs. Second motivation through job design is fitting jobs to people. Fitting jobs to people means that management is changing the jobs for the employees. The process of fitting jobs to people can be done by using job enlargement, which is making jobs larger in scope by combining additional task activities into each job through expansion, and job enrichment, which is a greater variety of work content that requires a higher level of knowledge and skill, which gives the worker more autonomy and responsibility and provide opportunity for personal growth. Second motivation technique is motivation through rewards. Rewards is something given in exchange for good behavior or good work. We have two rewards: extrinsic rewards and intrinsic rewards. Extrinsic rewards are tangible and visible reward given to an individual or an employee for achieving something. It can be a certificate of accomplishment, a trophy or a medal for winning a race, a badge or points for doing something right, or even a monetary reward for your job. The second motivation through reward is intrinsic rewards. Intrinsic reward is an intangible award of recognition, a sense of achievement, or a conscious satisfaction. It is like a knowledge that you did something right or you helped someone and made their day better. Third is the motivation through employee participation. For employee participation, it has two types: quality control circle and self-managed teams. And the fourth is other motivation techniques, which is flexible work schedules, family support services, and sabbaticals or sabbatical leave. To further discuss, the first motivation technique is motivation through job design. A person will be highly motivated to perform if he is assigned to a job that he likes. The first requisite, however, is to design jobs that will meet the requirements of the organization and the persons who will occupy them. Job design is concerned with specifying the tasks that constituted a job for an individual or group. In using motivation through job design, two approaches may be used. First, fitting people to jobs. Routine and repetitive tasks may make workers suffer from chronic dissatisfaction. To avoid this, the following remedies may be adopted. First remedy or way of avoiding chronic dissatisfaction for employees is the realistic job review. Realistic job review is undertaken by management by conveying to applicants what organizational life will actually be like on the job, warts and all. Number two, for the fitting people to jobs is the job rotation. Job rotation is where a worker's exposure to a highly fragmented and tedious job is limited. Second motivation through job design is fitting people to jobs. Fitting people to jobs. Instead of changing the person, management could consider changing the job. This may be achieved with the use of following. Number one, job enlargement. Job enlargement is where two or more specialized tasks in a workflow sequence is combined with a single job. Second is job enrichment. Job enrichment is where efforts are made to make job more interesting, challenging, and rewarding. For the second motivation technique, we have motivation through rewards. Rewards consist of material and psychological benefits to employees for performing tasks in the workplace. Properly administered reward system can improve job performance and satisfaction. Reward may be classified into two categories. First, extrinsic rewards. Extrinsic rewards refers to rewards external to the job such as pay, promotion, or fringe benefits. Nisiringin niya nga tangible rewards. We have examples of extrinsic rewards. First is month pay or buwan ng sahod. Amo nito na-receive it kada employee monthly, and it depends on qualifications of employees. Kung hataas ti mo position sa nga company, duruda ko ti makakarawat na monthly pay. Number 2, 13th month pay given at mid-year. Aton nakasanayan na 13th month pay is the Christmas bonus. Pero, 13th month pay ha, talaga na ginahatag hiya ha, mid-year. Number 3, 14th month pay, given at year-end. Kumbaga, pinutukoy inihiya nga Christmas bonus. Number 4, housing allowance. Housing allowance is given to permanent employees. Number 5, sick leave benefits. 15 days leave annually with pay. Vacation leave benefits. 15 days leave annually with pay. Sick leave benefits and vacation leave benefits are the same with 15 days leave annually with pay. 7. Pension plan given to permanent employees. 8. Paid vacation trip given to outstanding employees. Gitahatag ang paid vacation trip sa employee kung nag-excel ang iya performance sa workplace. Number 9. Health insurance. Health insurance is given to permanent employees, and accident insurance is also given to permanent employees. The second motivation to reward is the intrinsic rewards. Intrinsic rewards are internally experienced payoff and which are self-granted. Examples are sense of accomplishment, self-esteem, and self-actualization. Kung ini nga intrinsic rewards is intangible, hausa nga employee, kumbaga napipil niya nga na-appreciate o nag-value iya performance, ginamomotivate niya iya sarili deep inside. Extrinsic and intrinsic rewards coincide with the needs spelled out in the need theories, principally represented by Maslow and Hertzberg. Management of extrinsic rewards. To motivate job performance effectively, extrinsic rewards must be managed in line with the following. Ini nga extrinsic rewards, dili ni kahatag-hatag la. Mariga pinihiya, kumbaga criteria or mariga pinasinusunod. It's extrinsic rewards. First is, it must satisfy individual's needs. Kung sugarit ito sa nga reward, waray ka-satisfy imo employee, mamawaray gamitan nimo reward kay diri man mamomotivate ito sa nga employee mag-perform better in the workplace. So, it can be considered a waste of time and effort for giving a reward to unsatisfied employees. Second, the employees must believe efforts will lead to reward. Kadalasan ng employees nag-perform hirahin maupay ha workplace kay maram hira nga matatagan hirahin reward agi ito. Number 3, rewards must be equitable. Number 4, rewards must be linked to performance. So it rewards nagahatag manager kin reward gididepende ito niya han performance han kada employees. Kung ito sa employees, waray gud iya magpakita hin maupay nga performance, diri gud dako nga reward iya makakarawat. Habang an usa naman nga employee nga nag-perform hiya hin maupay nga nag-excel niya performance, nag-exert hiya hin great amount of effort, daki chance na magkakadayan maupay nga reward. No single type of reward is generally applicable to all employees. This is so because individuals have needs different from others. As much as possible, the particular needs of an individual must be matched with the corresponding reward if motivation is the objective. Although the administrative constraints inherent to such system could be a hindrance to their adoption, they must be used whenever feasible. Employees must believe that efforts will lead to reward, otherwise they will not strive to turn in more efforts in their particular job assignments. Rewards that are not equitable will not produce desired motivation. When employees know that reward is tied up with individual performance, management may expect extra efforts from them. A negative example is the practice in some government offices where every employee, regardless of performance, is given a productivity bonus. As a result, the majority is not motivated to exert extra efforts. Next, we have the third, motivation through participation. Motivation through participation. When employees participate in deciding on various aspects of their jobs, the personal involvement is often carried up to the point where the tasks are completed. Halimbawa, kapag sa group activity, kapag ang isang member ay nag-take part siya sa pag-decide sa grupo at feeling niya na nababalyo yung contribution niya sa group, naglilid yun na ma-achieve or ma-accomplish ang task na ginhatag. The specific activities identified where employees may participate are as follows: setting goals, making decisions, solving problems, and designing and implementing organizational changes. The more popular approaches to participation included the following. First, Quality Control Circle. Quality Control Circle is a method of direct employee participation. A method of direct employee participation is the Quality Control Circle. The objective of Quality Control Circle is to produce ideas from improving productivity and working conditions. The circle consists of 3 to 10 employees, usually doing related work, who meet at regular intervals, for instance, once a week for an hour, to identify problems and discuss their solutions. The circle includes a leader such as a foreman, but relies on democratic processes. The members are trained in various analytical techniques by a coordinator. The circle forwards its recommendations to management, which in turn make decisions to adoption. So here's the quality control circle process. First, quality circle members brainstorm, gather data, and establish cause and effect. Second is quality circle members brainstorm, gather data, and establish cause and effect. So we have the quality control circle process. First is members brainstorm, gather data, and establish cause and effect. Second, quality circle members brainstorm, gather data, and establish cause and effect. Third, management considers quality circle recommendations and make decisions. And the last process, results are measured and feedback, recognition and rewards given to quality control circle members. Then, mabalikiyaha, first process. The second motivation through employee participation is by self-managed teams. When workers have reached a certain degree of discipline, they may ripe for forming self-managed teams, also known as autonomous work group or high-performance teams. Self-managed teams take on traditional managerial tasks as part of their normal work routine. The self-managed team works on their own, turning out a complete product or service and receiving minimal supervision from managers, who act more as facilitators than supervisors. When a product or service is produced by a group of professionals or specialists, they might as well be formed as a self-managed team to save on supervisory costs. So we have the requisites to successful employee participation programs. To succeed, an employee participation program will require the following. Number 1, a profit sharing or gain sharing plan. Number 2, a long-term employment relationship with good job security. Number 3, a concerted effort to build and maintain group cohesiveness. And number 4, protection of the individual employee's rights. The fourth motivation techniques consist of 3 types. The advent of theories, individual differences, and the biological clock of human being has challenged managers to adopt other motivation techniques. These techniques are flexible work schedules, family support services, and sabbaticals. First is flexible work schedules. There is an arrangement called flex time, which allows employees to determine their own arrival and departure times within specified limits. For example, a business firm may allow one group of employees to take 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. schedule, Another takes the 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. schedule. Another alternative is the adaptation of 40-hour work week in 4 days, allowing the employees to choose a day off. An innovation adopted by a popular bank in Makati is hiring part-time tellers to work 4 hours a day from Monday to Friday. There are certain benefits offered by flexible work schedules, although it is not appropriate for all situations. However, the manager has an option and he decides when it is applicable. Other motivation technique is family support services. Employees are oftentimes burdened by family obligations like caring for children. Progressive companies provide daycare facilities for children of employees. And the last is sabbaticals or sabbatical leave. Sabbatical leave is one given to employee for a certain number of years of service. The employee is allowed to go on leave for 2 months to 1 year with pay to give him for family, recreation, and travel. It is expected that when the employee returns for work, his motivation is improved. A sabbatical leave is a period in which an employee takes an extended break from work. Sabbatical leave is a special kind of paid time off, separate from accumulated vacation time, personal days on or parental or family leave. So, in this lesson, we have 4 motivation techniques. But however, it depends on every management on how much or how many kinds of motivation techniques they will use. That's all for the techniques of motivation. Thank you for listening.